Over beats, baby.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's your girl, Miss Melony, and I have my beautiful special guest co-host Mary with me from Young Urban Moms.
Hi. I thought you were talking about him.
No. First beauty first. My beautiful co-host and Young Urban Moms is where Mary comes from. You guys will see a lot of Young Urban Moms coming up soon. And we have a brilliant and resilient guest here by the name of Hollywood Chuck. Welcome, Hollywood.
How are you?
Or is it Chuck?
Hollywood Chuck.
Hollywood Chuck altogether.
Yeah.
They don't say Hollywood or they don't say Chuck?
No.
It's got to be Hollywood Chuck.
Yes.
He branded himself that way. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
So, you are, what are you? Who are you? Why do we have you here today?
Well, I do a numerous, I own a marketing company, but I started throwing parties. And then I ended up where I am now, which is probably the biggest club promoter in the world.
In the world. Confidently, he said it. Nice. Now, how many years have you been in the game? You said you started off?
Yeah, I started out when I was 12 or 13 years old, having rip parties. And what rip parties are parties in the projects where crackheads or people that's on drugs can't afford their rent. So they would come to me and we'll throw a party in their apartment and we'll split the money. And I was about 12 years old when I started that.
Wow.
So that helped them pay their rent?
Yeah, and it helped me buy the new Jordans.
Brilliant.
Yeah. That's brilliant.
I never even heard that.
Can we throw a rent party like now?
You need to pay your rent?
I'm
saying.
not a crackhead.
Well, back then they were called crackheads, you know.
But he's over here 12 or 13 helping crackheads not get evicted from their apartments. That was big.
The more we talk, the more you'll learn why I'm the best in the world.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so how do you get to become the best in the world? You start off like that. Mm-hmm. And now from there that you started, what was the next step, or how long did it take before you transitioned to the next level?
Well, it's always people helping or people talking. So as I was doing those rent parties, a friend of mine was attending the parties, and he was like, "Man, this is amazing. You don't even feel like you're in the projects. I have to bring somebody from the industry that I know really well. He might like it." And you know how it is. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Even at young age at 12, 13, I'm like, whatever. A few weeks pass, and then who walks in the party? A legendary DJ by the name of Big Cat. And he was like, how old are you, man? How did you bring all of these girls out? And just so often, that was good for me is he liked those kind of girls. So he was impressed.
And
I got lucky.
Kind of girls, what kind of girls were they?
Ratchet, do-rags on, or whatever they call bandanas on.
Okay.
Hood, curlers coming out of the house, curlers, going downstairs to party. Because they lived in the same building. Yeah. So it wasn't like they had to get dressed up. So, luckily, he happened to like those kind of girls.
Yeah.
So he was like, he felt that I was doing something. So
he was interested in.
So that's how it all started.
So he wanted to team up with you to do.
No, he didn't want to team up with me because he was, the biggest DJ in New York.
Just by him coming to your party.
But he came to my party and he said he was gonna help me.
Okay.
He was gonna bring me to the city and make me a real promoter. Mm-hmm. So at a very young age, that's what he did.
And where do you remember
yeah,
the
at first,
place was that you promoted at?
Well, no, at first, even before I started promoting in the city, he had just bringing me along with him to things that he had to do. So I was basically carrying his records.
Shadowing him.
Exactly, carrying his records to the radio, carrying his records to clubs, and just learning and meeting people that I needed to know now.
Building those connections.
Yep.
Nice. So then from that early stage in promoting, well, first of all, I heard something through the grapevine that you had something to do with the kickoff of Drake's career.
Oh, you did
Why?
your research. Yeah, so like,
Shout out to my producer, Lou.
yeah, so what happened was I was throwing an event. Actually, it was Little Mama's first party when she had the record, My Lip Gloss is Popping. I don't know if you know that record, but
My lip gloss.
it was one of his, I know. Yeah, both of y'all. Both.
Miss Glam. Okay.
So she had that record out, and she came to me and she wanted me to do the event for that product. So I did it, and actually that was the first time I actually seen TMZ. So that's how crazy the party was. And you know, somebody called me outside to go get him, but I usually don't even go outside for anybody. So I'm walking outside, I get outside, and I get the person I'm going to get, and as I'm walking back in, I look to my left, and Drake is on the line, trying to get into my party. Obviously, at that time, he wasn't Drake.
He was just a guy on the line trying to get in the party.
Right, so he was on his TV show Degrassi.
Oh, yes. That was
So I had noticed him because my son used to watch the show.
Yeah.
So I looked at the corner, I'm like, I know this guy from somewhere. And he was just standing there nice and quiet with one other guy. So I walked over to him, I'm like, I know you from somewhere. He's like, you know, I'm on a kid's show right now and it's called Degrassi. I'm like, that's my son watches that show.
Nice.
I'm like, you know what? Come in with me. He's like, really? I'm like, come in with me and you can sit at my table. And at the time, you know, I was younger. I was into a lot of girls. So I had a lot of girls at my table and I put them at my table, you know, while I did my business. End of the night, he has great time. He comes up to me when he was leaving. Listen, bro, I really appreciate what you did for me. I'm never going to forget this. So I said, you know, industry, whatever, you know, glad you had a good time. See you later. Months later, well, maybe a year later, I'm at the radio station, you know, because DJ Clue is one of my great friends. So I'm at the radio station just hanging out with Clue. And Clue's like, yo, I gotta let you hear somebody. He's dope. So he put on, and I'm like, yeah, he's dope, man. How does he look? He showed me, he's like, yo, he look like him. He's about to sign with Lil Wayne. I'm like, yo, bro, I know that guy. He was like, you're lying. You're lying. Stop lying. I'm like, yo, nah, I know him. And I'm like, matter of fact, I'm gonna call him right now.
Oh, you had his number?
Yeah, I had his number. Yeah. So
Nice.
we exchanged contact. So I called him, and he picked up. He was like, yo. I said, yo, man, I don't know if you remember me, but I would never forget, man. I would never forget. He said, what's up, man? I said, I'm at DJ Clue's radio show. He's talking about you. He said, yo, let me tell you what's crazy. I'm on my way to Angie Martinez's show, which she's on Hot 97 at the time, to give her my first interview. I said, you know what? Do me a favor, bro. Come to Clue's show first.
Wow.
He was like, I'm going to stop at Clue's show. I'm going to give Clue the first interview, and me and you going to chop it up because I'll never forget what you did for me. And then from there.
So Clue broke him with the first interview.
Well, Angie got the first interview because Angie aired before Clue.
Oh, but
Clue really had the
Clue
first
really had it
first
first.
interview.
And Angie aired it quick.
No, not Erica. She's on before. She used to be on before him.
Okay.
On Hot 97. She still is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it didn't matter who had the interview first. It mattered who
You
aired
got
it
him
first.
on, right,
Yeah.
who aired it. But that was pretty cool. So you were there while he interviewed him?
Oh yeah. I was there. I was there for the whole thing.
Oh, nice. So
From there, and then some things happened, and then the rest is history.
do you guys still have a close relationship?
Absolutely.
Because he'll never forget what you did.
No, we speak all the time.
Nice.
Wow.
Shout out to Drake because I'm so mad at those people that played him recently.
Oh, they booed him. They were the
Booed him.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually went to.
What do they know?
He's the best.
He had a
I
concert.
love him.
He had a concert in New York, and we prayed. Me and him prayed together before the concert.
Wow.
Beautiful.
So Drake's religious. Who knew?
Yep. He prays before every time he performs.
Yes,
Wow.
that's beautiful. Well, he set God's plan, you know? So
Ah.
he's a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio.
So you get him.
I'm a
I get it.
Scorpio.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
My real birthday, November 16th. I've done Chris Brown, Carmelo Anthony, Cardi B, Migos, a few things.
Cool.
No, I've worked with it'd be easier saying the people I didn't work with.
Well, tell us the people you haven't worked with.
Haven't? I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, I've worked with everybody. I was the
Is
first
there
person.
a specific type of artist you would not want to work with?
Yeah, like a person like 6ix9ine, I wouldn't work with him. I met him early on and was asked to work with him, and I turned it down.
Wow.
And I didn't know anything what was about to happen or anything. I just didn't like.
You didn't like the vibe.
Nah. So I turned down a lot of things too.
Okay, that's good. So you're not doing it just to do it,
No, I have a brand to protect.
right? Businessman.
Yeah, so I've worked with everybody. I've done private parties for Rihanna. I've done, I've worked with Jay-Z. I was the first. A lot of people don't know this, but I was the first person to bring Duce out. Period.
I love Douce. I swear, that's my drink of choice. It's the best. It's so smooth.
I was one of the first brand ambassadors for Duce,
Wow.
Nice.
handpicked by Jay-Z. So a lot of people don't know that, but
Congratulations.
a lot of people just know a lot of other things that's going on now. But that's cool.
So what else do the people not know or recognize you for? Because you do so much more other than being a promoter.
Well, I just as a brand and as a whole, I feel the reason why I say I'm the best is because as a whole, I do more than just promote parties. I'm the only promoter who has sneaker companies. I'm the only promoter who has a clothing company. I'm the only promoter who has multiple liquor deals, internet deals.
Sneaker companies. What sneaker companies?
Well, right now we're pushing this company called Design, and I'm one of the owners, and it's a light up sneaker. It's pretty dope. I also have my own energy drink.
Oh, tell us about the energy drink. This is your chance to promote you as a brand.
Oh, we can go all day.
Party promotions.
We can go all day.
Promote you as a brand and the
Yeah,
businessman
the
that you
energy
are.
drink that I own is called Double Horse Energy Drink, and it's an energy drink that it's halal. It's the first halal energy drink. So the Muslim kosher, I guess, but it's halal. It's less sugar than Red Bull, and it's really good.
Are you Muslim?
No,
So how did that happen?
Yeah.
my partner is.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Are you originally from Queens? I was kind of wondering that.
Yes, I'm originally from Far Rockaway, Queens.
Okay.
I was actually born in Far Rockaway.
Oh wow.
Yeah, born in St. John's Hospital.
No.
Yeah, I'm been here my whole life.
That's great though.
That's good.
Yeah.
He's in the community he's in.
For sure.
Pumps back into your own community.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate. I grew up in Redfern Projects, and I bought a house not too far from Redfern Projects. So
Wow.
I'm very fortunate.
That's great. So, is there an artist or brand that you would want to work with that you haven't worked with yet?
No. I've worked with
Really?
everything and everybody already.
Wow, you're living the dream.
Right. And so how many years you've been in the entertainment industry now?
20.
20. Now, in 20 years, I know you've seen music go through the changes of the culture change. How do you feel about the state of music and where it is right now, today?
I just think it needs to, it's evolving and you have to go with it just like anything. Music is like the internet. You got to evolve with the music. It's not like it was before. It changes. Everything changes. So you got to evolve with it.
Okay. And now, as far as drugs, what's your take on because there was a time where the influence of music was anti-drug use, and now it seems like it is pumping drug use out and promoting drug use.
Well,
How do you feel about that?
I've been very lucky because, when I was becoming a promoter, I was also into sports. So going through high school and college, I got a full double scholarship to play basketball and baseball in college. So they always tested us. So I never was into drugs because I didn't want to let my teammates down. So I never got into drugs. I never took drugs, never tried drugs. So I really don't have a great take on the drug thing because I'm just not into it. It's just not my thing. But I really don't have too much to say about drugs.
Well, do you
He's
listen?
saying don't do drugs because he didn't do drugs, and that's pretty smart to be one of the world's best promoters where you're in the nitty gritty of the party life. Hand in hand, a lot of people think drugs go hand in hand with party life, like you need to be high to have fun. But you obviously
Well, let me tell you, I would have had a lot more better relationships if I did drugs. That I will say.
Wow.
You know, because if I'm seeing people smoke weed that I could have a better conversation with, and they're not interested because I'm not smoking weed, I probably could have had a better relationship with certain people.
Yeah.
And I've seen that. I've seen a lot of my friends that I introduced to celebrities have better relationships with them because they smoke weed.
Yeah.
No.
Bonds get formed over
Bonds get
L's.
formed
For
over
sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. I've
So-
never smoked either. Guilty confession or not,
So-
whatever. And I feel like I used to feel left out.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I feel her.
Working in the music industry and
Absolutely.
stuff, you'd be like, oh, like
only
they're
one
going
that
off
does
to
it?
smoke, and I'm just
Absolutely.
sitting here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Same way. So a lot of
See, we
relationships
would've
I
been
could have
together.
had. Yeah, we've been together. Right.
Yeah.
Right, hanging out away from the smokers.
Yeah. So do you listen to new hip hop then? I think that's kind of where we were going with the whole like drug use versus.
I'm gonna be
drug
honest with
dealing.
you. I'm gonna be really honest with you. I don't watch TV. I don't listen to music when I'm home. When I'm home, I just like to have alone time and do things that I want to do because I'm always doing those kind of things. So I'm complete opposite from when I'm out, and people would never know that. But I'm the complete opposite. So if I'm out, you know, catering to people partying and stuff like that, when I go home, I'm complete opposite. It's silence. Is a lot of, you know, things that I do around the house.
gotta
I like to
have
cook. You know, I cook every day. You know, a lot of people won't know that.
Yeah.
And your mom is pretty involved in your.
Yeah. My
Your
mom
mom
is
called
actually.
me today.
She should have.
Stop.
His mom called me today. Shout out to his mom because I said,
She should have.
this woman right here is going. She got her son's back. I love that.
Yeah.
I air hug to mommy because she called me today. She's like, I'm calling for my son, Hollywood Chuck. I was like, oh my gosh. I felt like I'm meeting moms. You know, it's a big deal when you meet someone's mom.
Of course.
And I respect mothers as a mother. So I felt special. I was like, oh, your mom called me.
Yeah. She handles all of the things that outside, my accounting, making sure my business runs properly because I have a lot of companies that's under me that use me, so I need to make sure that I get properly paid.
So she's a momager.
Exactly.
That's
She's
dope.
a momager.
I think it's interesting that she calls you Hollywood Chuck though.
Well, she calls me Charles
Oh.
in the house.
Okay.
Or around the house or around the property
But
that
she
we
knows
own.
the brand. She
Yeah.
said, Hollywood Chuck's mama.
Yeah, well, I'd embrace it too if that's what's getting us
Yes.
paid.
Right? Shoot.
Yeah.
She sure was ready to work. She was like, well, you let me know because he likes to cook.
Wow. So she gave
Go
the secrets
Mom.
away.
Right. I was like, okay.
Yep.
Now, so are there any goals that you have for yourself as a businessman?
You know what? I don't try to make too like goals that are like. I just try to stay healthy, work hard, and let it be. Because once you make goals, you get let down if it doesn't happen, and my whole thing is I try to work hard, stay healthy, and be honest, and just let it take course. Do I want to do certain things? Yeah, but I don't want to make goals because then if you don't make those goals, you feel
Kinda
let
feel
down.
Yeah.
Disappointed.
Feel like I didn't do it. Or I didn't. You know what? Just
That's
work
a good
hard. Be
mindset.
healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just work hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I set a lot of goals though, but I accomplished my goals, so it don't matter. No, one other thing I did want to say, if you can share with us, because obviously it takes some talent and some hard work and dedication and resilience to stay relevant in the entertainment industry for 20 years. Can you share a specific time or story where maybe it was very challenging for you to get through and how you were able to overcome it?
Well, you know what? A lot of times the celebrities they don't take you in. So I had to figure out a way, because obviously I wasn't a celebrity at the time, or I wasn't popular at the time. So I had to figure out a way that the celebrity would take me in. So at a young age, I said, you know what? Instead of meeting Mary, I'm gonna meet her best friend and get close to her best friend so that Mary would take me in. So a lot of celebrities like the Jay-Z's, the DMX's, I would get cool with their best friend or their main man or the person that was close to them and then
Work your way up.
work my
there.
way up.
Interesting.
Because everybody's gonna go straight to Jay-Z or
Right.
straight to DMX or straight to the biggest celebrity, and they're gonna get knocked down or whatever may happen. Me, that wasn't my formula. My formula was, I'm gonna go to the person that's next to them, and I'm gonna talk to them, and then see if I can get cool with them, and then hopefully they'll get me cool with Jay-Z or cool with DMX or cool with that person. So that was my strategy.
A peep game.
Jeez. See, he shared his formula to success with y'all. Y'all better pay attention.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
man.
what's up with the number 23? What is that about?
Actually, Drake said that in one of his songs a long, long time ago, and I just went with it. A 23 of promoting. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, they're like the best at their craft. So I just feel like I'm the best in my craft. So I just took that.
I like it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Now, mind you, there are other good promoters. There are other,
But not as good.
No, not as good as you, but now I'm glad you mentioned that though, because you must have mingled with other promoters. You have relationships with other promoters, right? So how do you deal with each other without feeling that or getting caught up in competition?
Well, at first, when I first started, I did events with no one, like for a long time, 15 years. I just did it all by myself. But I've learned that you share with other promoters. You get, because they may have relationships that you don't have, and you might have relationships they don't want. So you try to mix it and make it work. So that's what I've learned the past 5 years. Try to mix it. Try. But when I started out, forget about it. It was just me by myself.
You was flying
Yeah.
by yourself,
Yeah,
solo.
but I've learned it gets a lot easier if I don't have to bring out 500 people. If I could bring out 100 people, and this promoter bring out 100 people, and this promoter, and we all put it together to make 500, I could do other stuff.
Yeah.
I could put my responsibilities in other, because I don't have just this one responsibility.
So working together with other promoters and coming in unison, it kind of gave you the whole work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, I just realized that, what? If I work with these promoters, I could put my energies somewhere else, because it doesn't have to all be on this one thing, because they're helping me. So now I could work on my energy drink, or work on my sneakers, or work on my clothing line. So, that's how I started working with other promoters.
Tell us about the clothing line. We didn't get into that. What is the clothing line?
It's called Superstar Clothing, but it's spelled it's spelled SOO dash PER dash star. So Superstar.
Oh, okay.
She likes that.
Superstar.
So like Superstar.
And how did you come up with that?
You know what? I just been around, and I've seen certain things, and I just put things together. So like, I don't know, like maybe it was when I was on tour with Jeezy, or maybe when I was on tour with this person. It just came to me. But
Came to you. And how long have you had that line?
What, Superstar? We've had the clothing line for now 3 years.
Okay, where
Okay.
can they find it?
You have to go on my website.
What's the website?
Ah,
Let them know the website.
you want to get all my promotion
yeah, I
out,
want to. This is what you're here for.
right? TheMonopoly.com.
THE Monopoly?
Nope.
Okay.
DA Monopoly.
Somehow I knew. Nothing straightforward with you.
And hip hop, right?
Yes.
Hip hop at all.
Yep.
TheMonopoly.com. So we have to check it out. I wish you would have
For
brought some
sure.
merch.
You're right.
It would have been nice, But
Yeah,
next
word.
time,
I got ladies stuff too.
I mean,
bring it through. We're gonna come through for the birthday party because Mary wants to come. I'm
yes.
gonna come.
I want to go.
Please, I want you guys to sit at my table, sit with me. We'll have a good time, and you'll see what my life is like.
I feel special.
I'm so honored. Scorpio season.
Yes.
Here we go.
So I have a question. And again, my platform is Young Urban Mom, so I'm always taking like a parenting approach. I know you mentioned you have a son.
Yes.
So how was it juggling being a father and then having to be out like all the time?
Well, not only that, at a senior in college, when I was a senior in college, graduating, that's when I had my son. So I had to juggle college, baseball, basketball, and throwing parties. So
Yeah.
it was a lot. I could have played, could have kept going with my career with basketball, but I decided to just stay home and take care of my son.
Wow.
That's
That's
a
like
whole nother
deep. I
story.
know. This is like making.
Emotional.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story.
Good
Yeah.
parents.
I mean, I was a teen parent also, and
Okay.
yeah, I was in college as well, and I totally get the whole making sacrifices. But I do feel, I mean, I can't even look at you. I feel like we're about to cry, both
I
of us.
know, it's
But
emotional.
I do feel like, you know, things happen for a reason. And look, you ended up somewhere probably even better than you would have been.
Yes.
So in a way, your son might have
Yes.
kind of put you on a different track.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Well, I'm proud of you. That just
Thank
made
you.
me even more proud.
Oh man,
Yes,
we
like
gotta
you
have a
even
long,
Yeah.
more.
deep
We like
conversation
you
about
more
that.
Yes.
For the father you are.
Yes.
Than anything
Absolutely.
else.
Yeah.
I mean, it was sacrifice. You gotta make some sacrifices.
For
so,
sure.
Right.
You know, I
Chicks
had to.
dig that anyway. So
Yeah. That's an attractive
use that
quality.
story.
You brought it out
I
of me.
mean, I'm saying.
Well, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming. Let them know where to find you. Instagram, website. We gave you the website. What's your Instagram?
At Hollywood Chuck. Same thing. Twitter at Hollywood Chuck. Everything is at Hollywood Chuck, spelled out, no spaces.
All right. Thank you guys. You're watching Bartv. That's a wrap.